What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 12 Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. We are continuing to use my dual primal team as part of my 5 rental teams video for the month. If you haven't already, I highly recommend you check it out. It's got some really fun teams that I've really enjoyed using. So looking at my opponent's team, it is almost Rinyu-san. It is Zacian, Groudon, Grimmsnarl, Incineroar, Rotom, Heat, and Gastrodon. So essentially Rinyu-san without Charizard. So definitely a little bit of an interesting take there. I do really like Wimmy Groudon as a lead. I think being able to set up Tailwind is really, really huge here. I think Kartana is fairly good in the end game, right? He deals with Groudon very well. Yeah, it deals with Groudon, it deals with Gastrodon, it puts on pressure onto a couple things, so I think that that's really big there. And then Charizard, probably not. Let's go with Kyogre. I think the dual weather is going to be a little interesting, but yeah. So let's see how this plays out. I think what we just have to do is, I don't want to say hope, because that's never really good, but I think a lot of it will depend on what leads my opponent goes with, as we are going to see a Rotom Rotom Grimmsnarl. So so the thing is, like, I'm not really pressured to set up I want Tailwind up. So I'm gonna go for a Tailwind. And then I want to Rockfall the Rotom, just because Rotom is pretty threatening. I think we can deal with Grimmsnarl the subsequent turn with Moonblast, but for right now, I do think that this is the way to go. So we are going to max, so that tells me I don't think that you're going to max your Rotom, which means you're probably going for, what's it called, a Will-O-Wisp, which, I mean, it does make sense, right? You want to kind of neutralize this Groudon, but I think if we can get rid of the Grimmsnarl, we're actually in a really good position for Kyogre. Okay, so they are maxing Rotom. It just so happens that their Rotom is slower than Groudon, which feels good for us. Sorry, I'm chewing gum. I think what we want to do, right, is we're going to get a bunch of damage onto their Rotom. We're probably going to lose fake out into Groudon, expecting a Precipice Blades. So that's huge, right? There's no screen up right now. And what's nice is, because you go next, if you go for a Flare into my Whimsicott, that's good damage. That's really good damage. Flare into Whimsicott means Whimsicott will live because there is no sand. And we go down to Focus Sash, is right. We're going to see Flare. Perfect. Oh, into Groudon. So, even better. You're going to proc my Citrus Berry. So you are Life Orb. What I'm thinking is double up the Grimmsnarl. Right? I'm fine to go for a Moonblast as well as 140, 130. Go for this. Right, and hope that the special defense boost will be enough to survive a subsequent turn. Because if we get rid of Grimmsnarl, Kyogre is now in a very good position to sweep, as we are going to see a max guard, which is really good for us. And perfect, right? You're setting up a Reflect, which is going to be really big to accommodate for that max Pokemon. So Moonblast going to come out, going to do hopefully a lot. And really what I want to do is, I don't know if we get the KO. I hope we do. Because like I said, if we can get rid of the second screen, Ogre is in a very, very good position here. As perfect, you are going to go down, so there is no light screen, which means that Kyogre really in this endgame has no problem just going for a Water Spout. I don't necessarily know if we'll need that, but it's always good to have that option available. So the question is, what are they going to bring out, right? Like, Whimsicott, or not Whimsicott, Gastrodon is fine because we have Kartana in the back. Zacian, obviously, is not going to like staring down a Groudon. So we do have that option for us. As we are going to see, yep, it is going to be the Zacian. So the big question right now is, I'm just going to go for a Helping Hand on the Groudon into a Quake into the Zacian. Just trying to get a boost. The important thing right now is to make sure that Whimsicott survives. As, yeah, we're going to see this Quake fire off onto Zacian, which means we do have the ability just to go for a Protect with Whimsicott the next turn to guarantee that we are going to be able to set up another Tailwind, which is really what we want here because, I mean, we're basically fine in this position. But, you know, it's always good to have safety, as Flare is going to be fired up once again into Groudon. Taking advantage of all of those boosts means we are just going to be in incredible shape. And yeah, we can protect the subsequent turn, go for a Tailwind, as my opponent's fourth is going to be revealed, and it is going to be Gastrodon. So not really much Gastrodon can do here, right? We protect with Whimsicott, and then that means Rotom will go down to another hit from Life Orb. So yeah, we just go for a Protect here, and then we go for a Rock Slide just for a little bit of damage. Once, like I said, we lose. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because once you knock out Groudon, we are just going to have free reign to bring out what's it called? To bring out Kartana, and then Kartana is going to make very quick work of that Gastrodon. Even with a Rindo Berry, it doesn't matter. So let's see if they did some interesting tech. Obviously, it was different, so seeing the changes people made are always cool. So very offensive Zacian, looks very standard. Assault Vest Groudon, pretty much what you expect here. Yeah, the standard variant Grimmsnarl. We are going to see Foul Play, which is, I think, cool tech, and then Fake Out, and then Light Clay. So no Focus Sash there. Safety Goggles Ensign. I use it. I think it has its uses. I'm debating switching the item. Taunt is really cool. Not a lot of instances of Taunt lately. So no Dynamax candies on this Rotom, which definitely played a big part. But it is cool to see Rotom. There was also no Will-O-Wisp, which really came in favor for us. And then finally, yeah, Gastrodon is not really going to do anything to Kartana. So overall, a really solid first battle, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is a Dialga Kyogre team. So that's actually very cool. It is Ferrothorn with Kyogre, a Porygon 2, a Moongus. So definitely something to be a little bit worried about. Dialga and Incineroar. So Kartana is actually really good here. Right, Kartana being able to deal with Amoonguss is going to be a really big deal, as is Wimmy. So that's nice. We do have Regieleki as well. Regieleki being able to fire off really big being able to set up the electric terrain is really big. So I actually really like Regieleki Groudon. Because what that lets me do is that lets me set up electric terrain, fire off really big hits if needed. I like Kartana in the back, and then do we bring dual primals again? It's not a bad option. I'm gonna go with that. So my thought process, right, is we want to set up the lightning to stop Amoonguss, because Amoonguss obviously very scary, and we want to also just get off as much damage as possible. I think just given the fact that they have Kyogre, Groudon is just a little bit stronger here, but we'll see how much that actually matters, as we are going to see P2, and it looks like Kyogre. So Kyogre is totally fine, right? Like, I have Regieleki. The big question now is who is slower, right? It looks like they are, which, I mean, it makes sense, right? You are obviously trying to utilize Trick Room, so that is really big for you. You don't have a ground type, right? I'm pretty sure they don't have a ground type. Just quickly checking. Yeah, so there's no safe switch into a Max Lightning followed by a Precipice Blades. So even if you set up Trick Room, right, like, it's not necessarily the end of the world. We do obviously have to be a little bit weary of Dialga, but we do have access to Kartana, which does have a lot of potential. I think doubling up into the Porygon might have been smarter. This is one of those cases where we're going to see Kyogre Protect. I think that, like I said, that's fine. The important thing right now is setting up the electric terrain, as we're just going to fire off big damage. Big damage. That is not as much damage as I would have liked. Precipice Blades. I'm hoping for at least a decent chunk onto the Porygon, right? As we are going to... I mean, that's good chip. I'm not going to complain about that. We are going to see the obvious Trick Room here. I want to bring out my Ogre, just because of the fact that this Alecki... Or, yeah, let's just go for a hit here. Let's bring out Ogre. I do want to try and stall out this Trick Room, right? If we can stall it out fully, Kartana absolutely will decimate. There was the incentive to... I could have started with Kartana, but if they had led Incin, like, it becomes a really awkward game. So this, I think, just... It did put on the most power. So yeah, we'll see how it works out. Kyogre, right, like, it can go for a max, but do you really want to do that? I don't know. I wish that... Okay, we're going to see the Porygon withdraw, which is fine with me, as it's going to be Ferrothorn coming out. Ferrothorn, also, like I said, is fine. We do need to preserve Groudon, though, because Groudon really is going to be our answer for a lot of my opponent's team, as we are going to see the max Ogre. So you're probably going to target down... I have to imagine you're going to fire off an electric type attack into... I mean, not a max Geyser into Alecki, right? Like, that just makes the most sense. I really regret that I don't have Focus Sash right now, but, you know, it is what it is. Geyser going to come out. Come on, Alecki. Survive. Not a chance. Okay. Oh, it's Life Orb. Jesus. I'm going to bring out Groudon here because I want the Sun. We know you move first, so that makes things really tricky. Yeah, I think I'm just pinned because of this Trick Room. We go for a Protect here. I need to stall out turns of this Trick Room and this Max, which I'm not doing a very good job of. I really wish I'd let Kartana, but hindsight is 2020. We're going to see a Leech Seed come out, so that's actually good to know, because it probably means Iron Defense Body Press. So Sacred Sword going to be really good here. We are going to see the Hailstorm come out into Groudon. We're probably going to get, yep, we're going to get KO'd there as a result of not having an Assault Vest, which Kartana is probably also not going to fare very well, but, you know, we can pretend. So we are, as the children say, about to get decimated, but that's fine. Let's think here. We double protect, Leaf Blade KO the Ogre. Or do I say you're gonna double target Kartana? You could double target Kartana. I'm gonna go for the Leaf Blade, and I'm gonna go for the Water Spout. I know it's not very effective on either of them. There's no follow-up to that. Yeah, we are going to see the Iron Defense. I think that makes sense, right? You need to try and get Body Press to do a lot, as Lightning is going to come out into Ogre. So, bye-bye Kyogre, as we will be able to fire off a Leaf Blade, so we at least get a KO. I can't see... I mean, Kartana does have potential, but it like has to take so many hits, and especially because you probably have a Dialga in the back, right? Like, I'm gonna have to take a Body Press from this Ferrothorn. I'm also going to have to take Iron Barb's recoil from when I hit it. I have to deal with this Porygon, which definitely has Foul Play, so that's not going to be kind to me. So what? I have to hope you Iron Defense a second time with Ferrothorn. I survive. Okay, that's Dialga. Or that's Incin. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely game over. Because you are slower than me. I'm just going to click the button. I'm going to give you the satisfaction of getting the KO. Yeah, so we're going to see the body press. Yeah, I needed a second Iron Defense, which doesn't matter, as you're just going to be able to get the KO straight up. So I think, yeah, the issue is that Kyogre was slower than Groudon, so I couldn't have even, like, led Charizard. Yeah, so when it comes down to it, I don't think I could have stopped Trick Room. Yeah, there's actually not really much I could have done in that situation. I think Regieleki covered a potential lead. Kartana could have been a very interesting lead as well. Kartana Kyogre, right, going for a Water Spout and a Sacred Sword into Porygon would have been game-changing, but I mean, it is what it is. I think that is something you live and you learn, but it is what it is, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is Zacian Calyrex, so a really, really scary one. It is Zacian Calyrex Rillaboom with Blastoise, a Cat, Landorus, and Thundurus. So what? I really wish Groudon was Assault Vest. Whimsicott Charizard? Regieleki Kyogre? This feels really awkward. This does feel really awkward. But we want to set up Tailwind. I don't think I need Regieleki. I think Kartana. Do I like Kartana here? Kartana is really just good for, I mean, it's good for Blastoise. It's good for Rillaboom. It's good for not much else. I'm going to bring Regieleki. Like I said, this is a really weird 4. But I think really all I want to do with Charizard is get the Wildfire off. My sole objective is just do that, and then I'm fine to basically try and have Ogre sweep from there. We obviously do need to be a little bit, and I mean very cognizant of Rillaboom in the back, as we are going to see Thundurus with Calyrex. So, yeah, I'm going to target down the Thundurus with Wildfire because Ogre. So let's go for a Tailwind here. And then I want to Wildfire here just because I am a little bit more worried about what that can do. I think if you are support Thundurus, that's really bad, as nope, you are going to confirm your Defiant. So one Airstream means that don't. Oh, you might be faster than Ogre. I think you're faster than Ogre after an Airstream, so that actually is really tricky for us. What I might have to do is, yeah, this team is just blazingly hyper offense. I really wish Groudon was Assault Vest. If Groudon was Assault Vest, this would be a much, much different game. Because I would have just led Groudon Charizard, but as a result, I mean, I should have still brought Groudon. Groudon has a lot to worry about, so it'll be tricky. We're gonna see the Wildfire come out onto Thundurus, not doing that much. So you might Airstream. We're gonna see the Astral Barrage come out. Whimsicott goes down to Sash, and we are gonna see the Airstream into Charizard, into Wimmy. Okay, so you're at +1. We're at +2. Are you Life Orb? We're gonna see the Wildfire chip come out. Ogre. Okay, so we can bring out Ogre. We have Ancient Power. So what we can do is we can Water Spout and Ancient Power. Yeah, Water Spout, Ancient Power should be enough for a double KO. We click that and we go for a Rockfall onto the Thundurus. We can use that chip we've already accumulated to really put in work. The like unfortunate thing is the fact that Rockfall will go first. Yeah, there's no way you outspeed me at +2. Right? I mean, we're gonna find out. It looks like we're not gonna find out because there was a disconnect, so we'll quickly skip that one and we'll actually play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is Calyrex Kyogre. Very, very aggressive Trick Room. It is Kyogre, Liepard, Calyrex Ice, Torkoal, Indeedee, and Amoonguss. So you have to Liepard lead. Yeah, Trick Room is a pain. I don't have Ally Switch, unfortunately. I don't have anything slower than Calyrex Ice. Helping Hand is before. Oh god. I'm gonna do Charizard, Groudon, Kartana, and Whimsicott, and Kyogre. I don't really have anything better, but what I'm hoping for is Wildfire can deal damage over time, which can help us. That's kind of my best bet right now. It should be Liepard, Calyrex Ice. Yep, we saw that one coming. I wish I had Ally Switch, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, this Trick Room is so obvious, but I literally cannot do anything about it. Wildfire here just for the chip, and then swap in a Kartana, I guess, to deter a Kyogre, but Kartana not going to like the double up. Kartana lets me swap back in to Groudon to change the weather. Yeah, I mean, this is as hard of a Trick Room as you can get, and I don't have Ally Switch. So if people are wondering how to stop this strategy, Ally Switch will do it. So because Ally Switch has a lower priority than Protect, so you need something in between the Protect priority and the +1. So Ally Switch is your best bet. It is a really fun strategy to stop it because you know that the Liepard is going to use Ally Switch and you just target into that slot and it completely messes them. But we are not in that position, so I can just hope for some good residual damage as this Calyrex is just going to absolutely obliterate my team. There's wait, I think I'm bad at this game. Liepard is 106. So I also could have led with Whimsicott and gone for a Tailwind, because Whimsicott is faster than Liepard. You bring out Kyogre here. yeah, you bring out Ogre. The combination of Water Spout. Oh, you bring out Torkoal. That's interesting to me. Wildfire into you and swapping a Groudon. Swapping a Groudon. I want to preserve Kartana, and I don't want to change the weather quite yet because I do. Oh God, I should have just brought Whimsicott. Groudon is gonna live here. We're gonna see a Hailstorm come out into Zard. I need this to not KO. Please. Okay, 3. We'll take that. That's a really big live here. We will lose. Oh, we lose the solar power boost, but we are Life Orb, so we do get a free switch in into. Oh, I need you to do more. I need you to do a lot more. That is, as the kids say, not enough. Torkoal gonna take a little chip here. Groudon should live. Okay, perfect. Groudon lives. We love the Wildfire chip. What we do now is we bring out Ogre. We have to Origin Pulse. Right, okay, so we Origin Pulse here, hoping to survive the Quake. We click Precipice Blade. I mean, we're probably not going to get any damage off with Groudon, but it is important anyway. So we go for an Origin Pulse, and we fire off just a Precipice Blades for fun. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, because you can. I mean, what are you going to do? Eruption? Eruption, we shouldn't have to worry about too much, but we'll kind of just see what they go for here. I think, yeah, this is just a very awkward spot. We are relying on Origin Pulse, which I don't really like at all. But this position isn't terrible, as we're gonna see an Eruption come out from this Torkoal, just trying to get some damage onto Kyogre, as it's gonna do like absolutely nothing. The main question now is I'm assuming we can survive a Quake. I mean, I need to survive a Quake. Kyogre does survive, which is really great to see. And so what we can do now is we just have to fire off, what's it called? We just have to connect with this Origin Pulse. We do get a double connect, which is huge. We are unfortunately not going to get a KO onto Calyrex, which is a really big deal, as we're forced to bring up Kartana here. Kartana is really just not liking this position. As we are going to see Amoonguss. So Amoonguss is interesting. If Hailstorm. Okay. Hailstorm. We protect Amoonguss, or we protect Ogre. There's two turns of Trick Room left. Yeah, if we had protect on Kartana, this would be a much better position, because we could protect. No, because we'd need a double protect. Spore gonna come out, pretty obvious. Oh, into Kartana. Interesting. So Glacial Lance. Okay, so Glacial Lance coming out here is. I'm hoping Kartana lives. Calyrex doesn't have any boosts. Please, Kartana. Kartana, you're so good. Smart Strike going to be able to finish off this Calyrex, which is nice. We now get the attack boost onto Kartana, so we do have access to a stab super effective hit. We also do have Ice Beam from Kyogre, so that's really nice. Wildfire really sort of helping out with dealing with this Amoonguss. We, at this point, can fire off an Ice Beam here, as well as an Aerial Ace. Obviously still not over. I don't know what attacks this Amoonguss knows, so that is definitely tricky. We're going to see the Grass Knot come out, so we are going to lose our Kyogre here, but Kartana, I think at this point, really should be able to finish this off, right? This is a +1, and even though that they are Koba Berry, this is the last turn of Trick Room, so that was a cute little animation. Right, so now we can go for just another Aerial Ace onto the Amoonguss. This should now be able to pick up the KO, hopefully, right? I really like that animation. I think it's very cute. So yeah, overall, this was tricky, right? Like, we did run into Trick Room earlier, and it did cause a ton of problems, but I think we were able to really position it well. And I think I know that I was like, oh, the dual primals is a silly kind of idea, but it has actually had some really cool synergy. So I am really glad to see that work out. We will play with this team one more time, so look forward to that. And yeah, with that, until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.